got Tesla year-end rally. The rally has started. Let's straight get into it. All right, so we're actually breaking out right now as we speak, right, from the big gap up. We will do the inflation report later, but as of now, we're just taking a look at price action on Tesla. We'll come back and do inflation, but this is pretty much what's getting the market up. Inflation is done. The Fed is done. Oil is rolling over. It's actually bouncing right now, but we've talked about this over and over and over on the channel. If you're paying attention, this is the only channel that's going to go over the technicals, the macroeconomics, and the fundamentals at the same time. We've been talking about fundamentals, right? S&P earnings climbing, margins, profit margins up. Now the macros coming in line. The macro forces are rolling over, and the technicals look good. So this is the setup. This is the year-end rally Tesla setup. We got the breakout here. Now here's the fundamentals for Tesla. We'll also go over that. We'll go over Kathy Wood. She has a couple comments to go over. She has a couple things to say on CNBC. So we'll check out Kathy Wood here. But let me just tell you what is driving Tesla, other than the macro, obviously pushing up the entire market. Okay, there's three things. There's three primary drivers. What up, Isan? Good morning. There are three primary drivers. The Santa Claus rally has started. It's coming. Three fundamental drivers for Tesla. Number one, okay, softening inflation, the end of the hiking cycle, right? That is the macro. Softening inflation, end of the hiking cycle. Now investors are not as worried. Their biggest worry was inflation going higher. It's not happening. We've already said it's not reaccelerating. Their other big fear is that the Fed hikes again. It's not hiking. So their fears are gone. They're disappearing. They're evaporating. Those fears of inflation are evaporating. And now they're getting FOMO. That was the large pop in the Qs that we saw this morning. So that's a macro catalyst for Tesla. Number two, fundamental catalyst. Actually, no, let's go with the technical catalyst, reverse head and shoulders. Let's go ahead and show that. We've got the reverse head and shoulders. I tweeted it out last night if you're paying attention. 30-minute chart. And we've seen this happen before. Actually, let's go to this one. It's a little clearer to see, right? Here's your reverse head and shoulders. This is a technical setup that we've seen earlier. Okay, here's your shoulder. Here's your head. Here's your shoulder. Breakout is somewhere between 225 to 230, right? Somewhere right here. We gapped above it. We're gapping up. A gap is a strong sign that the market is moving. So you get that reverse head and shoulders. We actually saw that back in May. I have a comparison on Twitter. Go check it out. All right, back to the intraday because actually I'm gonna miss out on this entry. I'm already in Tesla, but I'm looking to get long again. I'm just checking on. I'll show you my position. I'm checking on the SPYs. I'm checking on the Qs. I want to see this break up a little bit. I want to see the breakout. I know it's kind of hard to see on if you're over there. Second wave FOMO. There we go. Exactly. It's on second wave FOMO. I know it's kind of tough to see on TikTok. Jump over to YouTube so you can see the screen a lot clearer. Okay, the third catalyst, bro, and this is the theme, right? This is the theme that is taking over. Everybody's in doubt. Everybody's worried, but now it's coming, which is margins have bottomed. China price hikes. They're starting to hike prices in China, right? Which is where they were worried at. So Model Y price hikes. That is the end of the price cuts. This is what Wall Street is worried about. Are they going to keep cutting prices? Are they going to keep cutting margins? Margins have bottomed, right? So that's huge. Expansion into Thailand and India, right? The foreign ministers in Thailand and India are inviting Tesla, saying, hey, we want to lower our taxes. We want to incentivize you guys to build not just supercharger networks, but to build electric vehicles, to build the full infrastructure stack in our countries. Let's go. And then the UK, yesterday too, the UK oil giant, one of the huge oil, basically the biggest company in the UK, a British petroleum company, is going to be purchasing supercharger networks. So the big oil, big energy, right? The devil's juice, the black juice, is now saying, okay, let's go ahead and start, ramping up electric vehicle production. They know it's coming. The end is coming. So here it is. These are your catalysts, right? This is what's picking up the stock. I'm going to look for a pullback, and I'm going to add to my position because the inflation report was much better than expected. If you have questions about it, we will go over it, but I'm going to go over it fully in depth later on. We're going to go over that in depth later on, right? What up, Hassan? Do you think big money is going to offload the stocks that didn't perform well and load up better performers like Tesla? Oh shoot, let me leave that up there. Probably. I mean, there's going to be tax loss harvesting after this rally, so we'll probably see that into the end of the year. You have two waves of tax loss harvesting. The first wave was mutual funds back in October 31st, and then now December, but we're not even in December yet. So my guess is that they're just trying to get long stuff like Tesla. They probably are dropping the weakness. I mean, listen, the economy is not growing at a fast rate. It's slowing down, but you get yields falling, right? So at the same time, you're getting yields falling. And look at the Qs in the SPY just exploding. Like this is just absolute bullishness right here. Huge upside move early in the morning. As soon as that inflation report came out, you got the SPY moving up. You got IWM spiking, small caps just spiking like a monster. 168, what are they up? 5%. The Dow is up. ARK Invest is up. Up big. Apple's hasn't made a new high. Amazon's up. Amazon's going to be golden. Meta, yep, marching up. Amazon, I know you're killing it. Big man's coming on Amazon. Meta, strong. Microsoft, strong. Overall, Tesla, finally. And Tesla's the biggest laggard. Nvidia, we got Nvidia earnings though, I think coming in soon. I'm not sure what day it is. I think it's this week. AMD, oh my goodness, this was just a monster trade. AMD was a monster trade. Where's Palantir at? The big AI play. Palantir, nice pullback. Palantir is going to be a monster. We got crypto getting ready to cock back and move up again. Nothing's going to outrun crypto in this rally, especially going into the end of the year. But crypto will probably get it ripped also. Now moving over to the macro, what did we actually see? Let's take a look at the macro really quick. The inflation report. Let's see. Actually, I think it's here. All right. So this is what we got for inflation, right? This is why the market is extremely bullish. And we warned you guys, if you've been watching, we said, hey, oil is getting smashed. This means the inflation report in November should be very good, right? I didn't want to get too excited, but I thought it could happen. And what do we get? Core inflation year. So let's start with the month on month, right? This is the most immediate data. Month on month core inflation came in at 0.2. I said last night, if you checked my Twitter, if you're paying attention to the Twitter where, hey, I might not make a video, but I might say something. I said literally, where is it? Here it is. Month on month. Oh, you can't even see it. Month on month inflation core below 0.3, right? Below zero. Here it's up here. TikTok. Month on month core below 0.3. Face ripper. Face ripper. Face ripper. And we got that face ripper, right? We got the month on month at 0.2%. Expected at 0.3. Even bigger, the headline inflation, which is the big swing from oil, came in at 0. Are you kidding me? 0. Month on month, 0 inflation. Inflation is done. Let's look at the year on year metrics, right? We're at 4% on the core. Okay, we're not falling too quickly on the 4, but the real core is going to come down to the Fed's PCE data, the Fed's preferred inflation gauge. That's at 4. That beat expectations, right? That was a really good setup to beat expectations. And then the year on year is at 3.2. Bro, this year on year, this year over year inflation, remember the bump? Everybody's like, oh, it's re-accelerating, right? This is why I tell you guys, you got to think for yourself, not believing these fools that are telling you inflation is re-emerging, it is re-accelerating. And I always say, where is it coming from? Tell me where it's coming from. They don't know. They just say what they have to say. We got 3.7. Yeah, it went up 1-2 times. And then it turned sideways. And I was like, oh, oil's done. We're done, right? Oil's not going higher. It's coming down. So now it's rolling over, right? The disinflation. There it is. There's the disinflation. So, I'm not trying to throw it in your face if you're wrong. But I'm just trying to make it easier. I'm trying to give you a real perspective, not all this fear mongering bullshit. That's what it is. People, oh, inflation is going higher because it must, because it's the 1970s. Based on what? You need facts, you need evidence, you need reasoning, you need literally logic, right? You can't just say inflation is going higher. Oil carries most of inflation. Shelter's coming down, headlines coming down. Now those inflation numbers are coming out, and that's why the market is ripping, because it's much lower than expected. We were actually expected to come out 3.3. So look, here's the thing. This is going to be at 2% pretty soon. By January, we're in the twos. Maybe by the end of Q1, we're at the Fed's target. The Fed cuts rates in March. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and let's take a look at, we haven't looked at this for a while. What is the market pricing in now? What is the market pricing in? We should be doing this later, but I'm just like, man, this is on fire. I should be adding a Tesla right now. There's the pullback. Here's the pullback on Tesla. Okay, I'm going to actually be looking at this. I'm going to be a little more patient. But I wanted to see the CME futures. Let's see what CME is giving us. CME tool should be Fed Watch tool. There it is. See what the market is pricing in now. I think it's pricing in a cut. You know, and the faster inflation comes down, the quicker we get those cuts. So obviously in the next meeting, no cut. January, we're looking at a pause in January. March, here comes the pause. Okay, May, there's the cut. Now the market is pricing a bigger chance, a larger probability of a cut in May. So that's the end of Q1. You got January, February, March, April, May. Actually, no, it's going into Q2. Going in Q2 cuts. So I think some people said it was they had March. Either way, the market is pricing in the end of inflation. That's it. And it's not going to be an incremental climb. It's a vicious rally, right? You watch the content. Vicious rally is what we said. We're getting that vicious rally. Vicious market rally. Let's get back to the charts here on YouTube. And then we're going to listen to Kathy Wood too. Okay, I'm going to be planning out this entry. See if I get in here. Got a couple comments on here. This is TradingView, by the way. CLF, let's go. That's an oil stock. I think we should look into B. I see there. Look into B. I don't know what that is. Oil's doing great off demand. It's not pulling the market down. Oil's green. Yeah, oil's bouncing. And I don't really care about oil. I just don't want it. You know, it's just helping the inflation numbers. I like the way that website organizes the news. Yeah. This is a really good resource, guys. Economics, it's tradingeconomics.com. I like it the best. It doesn't have the best. I get my data charts when I chart my data, when I send the newsletter. I don't use this sometimes, but I do use the calendar because it is organized and it highlights what are the most important aspects, even though that's not always true. We have a lot of Fed speakers today also. Tell them, boss, keep it. Tesla lagging. Yeah, Tesla's lagging. Amazon's been lagging. I've been thinking Amazon's going to hit 200 for some point. What market is missing a war? What market is missing a war? Tony Montana says, what market is missing a war? I don't know what you're talking about, bro. Okay, say that a little more clear. What market is missing a war? You might want to clarify your comment. Do you think big money is... oh, I already read that. My bad. I wish Sleepy Biden had some people like you to analyze things for him. I mean, hey, he's gonna get the win here. As much as people, can't stand Biden, which it's not. Come on, Biden is a. I mean, I don't know if I can say this without getting banned, but we all know that he's a sleeper, right? Either way, the White House is gonna get a win off this because oil prices came down. They took off the sanctions, and we said this on this channel. They're gonna remove sanctions, right? They're gonna do some geopolitical. He removed sanctions from Venezuela. They made a deal with Saudi Arabia. They allowed Iran to pump more oil. Oil came down. So, hey, you guys too. You guys are the reason I'm here. What market is missing is a war that could break out at any time. Oh, you're saying that the market is missing a war that could break out at any time? I mean, we're well past that, Mr. Tony Montana. The war is not materializing. The Saudis don't want to get into it, bro. The Saudis don't want to get into the other countries don't want to get into the war. If it was going to happen, it would have happened a lot sooner. It would have accelerated. Oil prices literally reflect whether the war is going to expand or not. Hey, if nukes hit, sure, maybe you're right. If nukes hit or something crazy, but it's not we're not headed that way, right? You want to look into the future. How are things actually playing out? They're not playing out that way. It's just not playing out that way because nobody wants to lose money. They know if and guess what? We're headed to China. Our President Xi in China is talking with Biden now. So now we're getting this economic, softness, not softness, but geopolitical softness. Now the big leaders are going to talk and try to make a deal here. So the markets are going to rip off this. I know you're saying we're missing a war, but that already happened, right? The fear of that is disappearing slowly and slowly. And if you always bet off of the exception, good luck. We don't live our lives off the exception, right? You don't live your life off the exception. You make your life off the rule. And the rule is if things don't happen the way you expect, I mean, the rule is typically war is not a normal thing, right? There's wars all the time, but they don't materialize into gigantic World War III. That's what everybody's worried about. So yeah, it's just not happening, bro. I filled my tank at cost. Yeah, oil's down. That's the thing. Oil is down. As you wish. I'm saying in cash, they will have no choice. Yes. Tony Montana. I don't even know what you're talking about, bro. I'm saying in cash, be fearful when others are greedy. I mean, yeah, you're right. That is a good concept, but we got to apply the concept correctly. I mean, when the market goes down, are you still fearful? Yeah, and the market goes up. Once we get to all-time highs, I think the market is headed. The Qs are headed for all-time highs. People use those quotes at the wrong times. So if you're talking about the next 10 minutes, sure. The next day, sure. So the market has been ripping. It's ripping everybody's face off, right? Once we get to all-time highs going into February, there's going to be some questions here for the Qs, more than likely. And I'm betting you're short, Montana. You probably don't have any stock. You're probably not sized in. Typically, people are bearish. They get pissed off. They get mad because internally they didn't get in on the rally, so they wanted to come down. So then they start speaking as this has to come down. They speak their book, which is cool. But typically, you can identify those people who are bearish on the market, who are just not all the way in because they hate the rally. This is the most hated rally in a long time. They hate it. They need the war to happen. They need nukes to come out. They need the exceptions to come out, and that's just not the case. We're going to switch over to Kathy Wood. We do get that gap up. Tesla probably fills this gap. This is the gap we've been looking at, okay? And maybe we do reverse up here. Yeah, we'll see how that plays out. Let me zoom in a little further. I want to double check, see if this is a good entry. I think the market popped a lot. It needs to digest. I'm looking at the Qs on the other side. It needs to digest. But look, yields got ripped. Here's the bull case right now for the market, okay? Here's the bull case. When everything is said and done, all the news, everything gets priced in right away. The dollar is getting crushed. Actually, let me move it to this one. The dollar's getting crushed. DXY, right? Finally making a new low. We've been waiting for this. So the macro forces, the macroeconomic forces, right? If you take all the news, you can't make a good decision on all the news right away because there's too much news. So what happens is markets price in the news way faster than you can. The dollar's saying risk on. The dollar saying risk on because the risks are disappearing. It's falling, right? Risk on. Oil is starting to bounce, but oil gave us that big upside surprise or downside surprise on inflation. It looks like it's going to start ripping back up, but we'll see if it makes new highs. Either way, the inflation is coming down, man. Core inflation is coming down. And then most of all, the biggest stress on the market has been bond yields, right? The cost of capital is making new lows. The 10-year breaking down, right, at 4.4, now under 4.5. That's a full 50 basis points lower. 30-year also at lows. Looks like that that head and shoulders is playing out. This is going to fuel valuations for the stock market. Let's go, right? All right, now let's turn it over to Kathy Wood. I'll read some of you guys' comments here. Notice they've cleaned up San Francisco homeless problem overnight because Xi Jinping is coming to visit. I didn't know that. Okay, I didn't know that. Interesting. Roblox is looking great. Yeah, Roblox probably looks great on the sideline, making 5% Fed. That money market bait. Yeah. I would say too, crypto is giving you an entry, right? Crypto is giving you the entry. Chainlink is going to outperform everything. It's at what, 14? Oh, as a matter of fact, I need to grab some. I need to grab some more Chainlink. $14. I hope it rips even lower, but Chainlink is giving you an opportunity here. This is going to outperform everything. It has the best narrative in the market when it comes to cryptos, outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum, because we're not really talking about altcoins in general. We will continue to see lower lows, lower highs, at least for the first quarter of, yeah. I mean, now you guys are looking way out into the future. We don't know what's going to happen. Here's the thing. Profit margins are increasing. So as long as companies, like some stocks, you're right, they will make lower lows and lower highs, or they're just going to run sideways. But the index, if it stays up, most stocks aren't going to fall because the index is carrying a lot of the weight, right? The index carries a lot of the weight. So that's typically the case. Oh, what is this? Oh, no. Bro, that's not what I wanted to show. Where's, pretty sure I have that Kathy Wood video up. Let's see. Oh, I got to move it over to, okay, I see. I got to move it over to this tab. I wish StreamYard would allow you to see the comments in real time. That'd be a lot better, but they just don't. All right. This is it right here. The bulls are back.
Autonomy, vehicle.
Hey, you guys, let me know really quick on YouTube if you can hear.
Autonomy of ETF already.
Before I play it. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. And don't forget, we're going to do the macro stuff later on. I'll do another stream for the inflation. I'm going to get all the inflation data together so that we can get a full picture on that.
Around it, robotics and the like. What do you make of what's happened with Cruise?
Yes.
The shutdown of Cruise, at least the temporary suspension of it. Derek Khosrowshahi, who runs Uber, was on the broadcast last week. He said he doesn't think that autonomy, in terms of autonomous vehicles or robo-taxis or the like, are a real thing for another 5 or 10 years. Meaning, he's, and by the way, I think 5 or 10 years ago, he would have said 5 or 10 years ago, that was what, you know,
and so would Elon, yes.
And so here we are.
Yes.
So what, have you changed your view about that? No. I mean, you must have, because I imagine if we go get tape of a conversation that we all probably had 5 or 10 years ago, we probably said 5 or 10 years from now.
22, 23,
right.
24. We actually delay ours by 1 year relative to Elon, so maybe it should be 2 years. But here's where we've learned how important Tesla's proprietary data is. It's 5 million robots around the world. Cruise didn't have anything like that. It had hundreds. 5 million robots around the world collect data every day and send it back to Tesla. Tesla has more corner cases, which means disengagements, accidents, information like that, than all the other companies in the world combined. And I have to tell you, watching the breakthroughs in AI that we are seeing, they are astounding, the speed at which this is moving.
Right.
So it is interesting. I think it's a data issue. Autonomous taxi platforms are the biggest AI project in the world, and therefore we think Tesla is the biggest.
But you have sold, you've sold Tesla shares, and it's, you know, it used to be the #1 holding, I believe, in your ETF. It's now number 3. You've sold about 20 million shares.
Yes.
Why?
So, well, whenever it goes up, it was up about 150% relative to our other names, many of which had not moved. So we will always recycle that way, take profits. And I would also say, listening to Elon on the last conference call, he's very concerned about the economy, as we are.
Kathy, will I look outside 5 years from now and see GM and Ford EVs everywhere?
It's very interesting to hear both of them pull back, saying,
but do you think, with this new way, I don't even know if we'll be talking about GM and Ford in 5 years.
What is interesting about the news that both of them are pulling back for profitability reasons, they can't be profitable in this space unless they scale. That's how this
That's
works.
a catch-22.
So it's catch-22, and their shareholder base is very internal combustion engine oriented, and they want their profits now, and they want their dividends now, and they don't want that kind
So how
of
are they going to
investment
do
in
it?
losses.
Will they be able to?
I don't know. I don't know. All I know is, back to the Tesla question, as they are pulling away, our market share expectations for Tesla go up.
Right.
You know, and so to answer the question, we sold as it was up 150% relative to everything else. We have not sold much since then, and it will if we're right on this autonomous taxi opportunity, it will remain in the top 5 in our fund, in our flagship.
I chose Wix for my business because of its massive scope for.
Okay, so yeah, she just talked a little bit about autonomy. She didn't go too in depth, but it is what it is. Either way, we can even watch some live CNBC. This was just meant to, hey, Tesla's starting to move, and also we have some good. What up, Isaiah Palmer? I see the Cruises guys stepping in. What up? Good day in the market. Algorithms are going to continue driving the market tomorrow, especially with these bears. With these bears in the news, yep. Yeah, the bears are getting squeezed, man. The bears are getting squeezed, and you know, they're going to keep trying to short because they feel like it's, you know, the market is up too much. The problem is that there's so much. This is not an even market. Markets are not like, they're not rational, and the irrationality is, okay, inflation is done, the Fed is done, macro forces are turning, rates are down, the expectations for rates are down into the future, and FOMO comes in. Right, look at another reverse head and shoulders. This is your a second reverse head and shoulders here forming. Where's carbides when you need them? Okay, boom, boom, boom. Right, you get above 234, 235, 234, and market takes off again. So Tesla's showing a reverse head and shoulders into a reverse head and shoulders, and yeah, I'm looking to get long here. I am looking to get long. I'm probably going to add to this. I'm going to add one contract just to see how it plays out. I think I have enough. Yeah, I think I have enough. Okay. So I'll show you my position really quick if you guys want to see it. So I got 8. Oh, you guys can't see it over there, huh? It's going to be kind of hard to see because there we go. So I got expiration February 2024, 8 contracts. I got 8 contracts. I'm up a little bit, but these are rolled. So don't, you know, I'm not trying to be cocky here. These are rolled. I rolled these from January, so I'm not really up. I'm actually kind of more break even. I got like 5 contracts on the big dip, so I'm like breaking even right now. So I'm just letting it ride. I got time. I think the overall market's going to move higher. I'm not trying to scam people. Oh, look how much I'm up. That's stupid. I mean, the real move for me is over 250. I'm going to be in the money at 261. I'll be in the money at 261. I want to get 10 contracts in total. It'd be as if I had 1,000 shares. And then obviously crypto, I need to actually start buying some Chainlink. It's at 14. The macro forces are rolling over. All right, let's see if we can break that reverse head and shoulders. Oh, what up, Hera? What up, Jet? You were trading London, forgot about the red folders this morning, ended up banking 3.3K on NQ. Congratulations. 60 seconds from the news. Oh, you're just holding long? Can you show me how to buy the contracts, please? Oh, okay. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess so. Let's see. So this is Robinhood, though. It really just depends what you're on. This is Robinhood. So let's say I just put in one. And you know, you can look this up on YouTube, how to buy a contract. I'm not really doing how to buy a contract today. Let's see if I were to buy it though. I just push review. Oh, okay, because I have it all in stable coins. Okay. You know what? I have I moved some crypto. I actually found some really cool ways to do things. I moved some crypto over here to the stable to you can move from Coinbase, you can move some capital from Coinbase, send it to your Robinhood wallet. I mean, I don't know if you guys do this, but this is what I do because I have such most of my position is actually in crypto. So, hey, Chainlink is up a lot. Took some off. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna buy some more Tesla contracts. First time here, but I'm feeling the vibes. How long have I been trading? I've been trading for, I would say I've been trading for like 4 years, but I didn't know what I was doing for the longest time. I've done a lot of experimentation, honestly, and I would say like to know what I'm doing, it's taken me 4 years. Like I probably a lot of people say I've been trading for whatever. Look, I feel like I'm new. I feel like I'm new to the game because there's always new stuff that I'm learning and I want to maximize the way I do things and I want to learn. Here's the thing, a lot of traders, if you ever look at all the there's no billionaire traders. There's hardly any billionaire traders, right? All the billionaires have made their money from holding big positions. So that's where I do best. I actually do position trading at the bottom of the crypto cycle. I'll show you my Coinbase too if you guys want to see it. And I gotta get this money in this account so I can buy this contract. Hold on, let me do this really quick. I'll do, you know what? I'll do a stream if you guys want it. I'll do a stream where I show you how to buy a contract if you guys want. Until then, just stay tuned, bro. Just stay tuned. Ask your questions. But yeah, trading is there goes Tesla. You got the volume picking up. Also, check this out. I'm on the 3 minute. I'm on the 3 minute here. So what I want to see is, and I'm also keeping track of the overall market. There's a lot of demand. They say supply here, right? Hey, if you guys want to see the actual charts, go to YouTube, right? Go to my YouTube channel. This, I know on TikTok, I'm just kind of talking. It doesn't really, it's kind of hard to see. So I want to see this. I want to see some volume come in at this level. And then also I have the 9 EMA, the 21 EMA, right? That's already crossing. I want to see a steep pullback into that EMA, and then I need to get long this contract. But I do have some USDC I need to sell. Amount. No, I'm trying to sell this, bro. Sell USDC. What the hell? Are you kidding me? Well, I guess that's good. Oh, man. Hold on. I'll be right back. I got to do... It's making me do a password. Hold on.
And has successfully processed quadrillions upon quadrillions of dollars, can continue to be used by banks for interactions with blockchains.
684, 133.
And then the benefit to the blockchain industry is that those 11,000 plus banks that are on the SWIFT system, which is the largest collection of banks on any system.
All right, I'm back. Yeah, I like Robinhood. They have a lot of security. They make you put in, codes just to buy and sell, which isn't great, but I'm not day trading, right? I'm just adding to a big swing position. So yeah, there's a big distinction. I always talk to people about this. There's a big difference between day trading, swing trading, and time frame. It's really time frame. What is your time frame? Big difference there. And I don't do day trading. I'm gonna do it, I think, next year once the bull market starts to. Once we start to make all-time highs, we're gonna have a really steep, easy bull market. But until then, we're doing more swing tradings because typically the biggest moves happen in the recovery phase. Those are the biggest moves in the recovery phase. When the market starts to recover, the economy starts to recover. You have the big side moves, and I want to cash those big moves. In the past, I've tried to day trade them, and you have most of the biggest moves happen on gaps. They start gapping up, and I don't, I want to hold the move. I want to buy time, and I want to hold. All right, what's the overall market looking like? It's very steep, man. I do want to see a pullback. I mean, S&P is at 450. Golly. Q's at 385. I do want to see a pullback, but... And I'm getting FOMO over here for Chainlink. It's at 1420. See, I missed it again. Damn it. It got down to 1380. Golly, come on, come a little lower. I'm rotating my Ethereum into Chainlink. Is an inverse head and shoulders an indicator of the graph showing a bullish sign? Because you've been talking about inverse head and shoulders a lot. Hey, I didn't know you were paying attention, Isaiah Palmer. Yeah, head and shoulder, or I'm sorry, head and shoulders is bearish. Inverse is the opposite. That's bullish, right? It's a setup. It's a bullish setup. It doesn't mean it's gonna be bullish. It just means it's a bullish setup. All right, here comes that volume on Tesla. Let's see. I think I'm gonna execute a. Oh, what up, Black Rose from India? Shout out to India. India's fastest growing country in the world, has the most software engineers right now coming into America. Best economy. Tesla's starting to build over there. Shout out to India. They have the biggest population, lowest debt. What up? I gotta infiltrate the Indian population. Would I add? Oh yeah, I'm adding to link. There it goes. There goes that volume on Tesla. No, bro, what the hell? I'm not trying to sell. See, I don't like using Robinhood because on the desktop because I'm just not used to it. It feels so weird. I think we're getting get that volume though. Hold on, I'll be right back on TikTok. This desktop app is really messing with my head. I'm gonna use my actual. I'm gonna go to my route. Hold on, I'll be back.
are accelerated in the way that they're able to interact with blockchains, which means that their clients, their assets under management, can reach blockchains sooner. Yes, they might reach private blockchains of that specific bank or of other banks that they're used to transacting with before they reach public blockchains. Yes, that will happen. But that is a critical incremental step. And the magnitude of the amount of money that we're talking about, SWIFT settles quadrillions of dollars. DTCC on an annual basis settles quadrillions of dollars in value. DTCC is basically the settlement infrastructure for the entire U.S. securities industry. DTCC is also about efficiency, but it's largely around making transactions.
All right, I'm just waiting. I'm gonna execute it. Look at this pullback into the. I want to see a pullback into this EMA. Hey, thank you. Yeah, I'm almost at 1K. I mean, subscribers, it's just kind of a milestone, right? Putting in all the hard work, streaming like every single day, 5 days a week. Hopefully, I get to 1,000, and then I got to make this stream a lot better. Got to figure out how to get this stream better. Maybe doing twice a day, not as long streams. So I could do multiple streams on different topics. I got to get the thumbnails better, right? You got to get better no matter what. There goes that false breakout on Tesla. That's why I don't buy breakouts. I buy pull-ins. So I'm looking for the pull-in. I want to see a spike into this EMA. Let's go ahead and check the different time frames. You go to the 1 minute. You would love to see the 1 minute time frame pull here. 235. Dang, people really like to see trading, huh? Trading is tough. That's probably why they want to see it. It's not something I think you could just start doing and be successful. People are like, oh, I want to start trading options to make passive income. That's not how it works. You're going to lose money. You got to be great at something. That's just the truth. People lie to you. You're not going to be great right away. And if you are right away, you're probably getting lucky. Trading is literally one of the hardest things you could ever do. 30-minute time frame. I like the 30-minute. If we close above 234, I think we're going to be pretty bullish. Above 234. Again, you get these boom, boom, boom. This is a nice bullish pattern, right? You get the big upside move, 3 pullbacks, and then the market starts to flip. So I think we are going to stay bullish today. The only issue is that Tesla is lagging the overall market. The overall market is monstrous right now. I mean, the Qs are just pointing straight up. Goodness sake. Oh, I'm getting FOMO on Chainlink. I just need to chill out a little bit. Maybe it'll come down further. Especially with inflation being done, it's over. Anyways, let me get to your guys' comments. India, viewer from India, what up? I would add there, we should add 1K subscribers, 9:48 p.m. in India. Oh, it's already 9:48 p.m. in India. Wow. One day I'm gonna go to India. I always see food channels on India, bro. Oh my gosh, I love the type of food that Indians make. But goodness, you guys, I mean, maybe not you, but damn, bro, I be seeing some crazy stuff, man. Those fools don't wash their hands. But I know it's like there's a lot of third world stuff going over there. So if anything, I want to go help the Indian nations. Love your streams, bro, but maybe reduce length of streams and keep between the range of 45 minutes. Okay, good. Thanks for the feedback. Yeah. Thanks for the feedback. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna work on that, reducing it. See, we're at 40 minutes already. I'll start reducing them. That'll be better. Listen, give me some feedback. This is the only way I can get better is if my audience gives me feedback. I can't you're not gonna hurt my feelings, bro. Like you're never gonna hurt my feelings. There's no way you can hurt my feelings. Like it's not gonna happen. Call me what you want, monkey, like racist. That stuff doesn't bother me. So and I'm just making an example. Give me the criticism. The only thing that hurts my feelings is when I'm very wrong on the market. That hurts. That does hurt. But a person hurting my feelings, hell no. Anyways, see if we're getting this pullback. Dang, only thing I don't like is the overall market. I think we're gonna struggle here because the overall market is. I mean, I guess the Qs are holding VWAP. I want to see a real pullback in the Qs. Watch, let me show you guys what I'm talking about. I want to see the Qs pull back really quick. Here's S&P. Look how elevated the S&P is, 450. I want to see the Qs kind of pull back into VWAP, which would be the pre-market high. Let's see if I can bring that pre-market high indicator over here. Well, I could just look at it, pre-market high. So I want to see a pullback into like 385, somewhere in the zone on the Qs. And then like a sharp pop, right? And if we get that pop off this, it's going to be supporting VWAP. Then I'll be a little more interested. Damn it, look at Chainlink, man. This thing is a monster. Sheesh, dude, there's so much institutional buying right now. Got down to 1384 and just popped higher. I'm also in the graph. I think this thing goes a lot higher. This is the Google of crypto. Not like, it's hard to explain, but it indexes data. I'm bullish on two altcoins, Chainlink and the graph. And we're gonna go over the graph eventually on the stream. But I'm all over the place. Yeah. So I want to see the Qs pull back a little bit, see IWM, how it's doing. The dollar's still falling. Yep. Oil's starting to come up a little bit. 10-year still falling. Tesla needs a little more catalyst here. And we are heading into the Cybertruck release. The Cybertruck release is November 30th. There it is. There's that pullback. Yeah, Cybertruck release November 30th. Dang, okay, good. So I got to shorten these streams up then. I'll put them at 45 minutes, man. I'll try to make them at 45 minutes and maybe make multiple because we do go over a lot of topics and I know how it is. You're like, well, I want to know exactly what I'm hearing to decide if I want to hear it or not. So we'll pull that up. We'll try that out. Regarding CPI, thoughts on tweet regarding CPI? We went a little bit over CPI, but bro, the numbers were great. The month-on-month data for headline was 0. So that's going to get a lot of people excited. The core was lower than expected. Face ripping rally, we said that right on the tweet. And then the year-on-year data slowly coming down. It came down a lot faster for headline than it did core, but core should be in the 3s pretty soon. We'll see core inflation in the 3s, and then I think we have PCE at the end of the month, which is in about 2 weeks. That's the Fed's preferred inflation gauge. I expect that to be really falling. So we probably have about 3 more months before the Fed honestly thinks about cutting rates, starts talking about it. Typically, the market will front run that though. So yeah, we got that reverse head and shoulders. You break out, retest, 234. Got the retest. Let's see if the Qs can hang on there. It is very possible that the market's just up too much and the Qs actually pull back and they pull back and try to fill the gap. So if this doesn't hold, I mean, I'm not too excited about it. Another thing to check too, we're coming in at 45 minutes. Another thing to check is another thing you want to check on, is the relative volume. What is the R-vol? Let's see, I'm going to pull it up on here, the R-vol. See if I'm logged in. See if I'm logged in on. I don't know if I'm. No, I'm not logged in. Oh well, it should give it to me. The relative volume is 1.8. Damn, that's big. 1.8 is pretty big. So there is a lot of RVol. I think the time to get long Tesla was this pull in here. If you were just to you know, kind of get a little risky. But on this one, I mean, it's at 235. We did go over CPI though, Jervine. And CPI was, for the most part, it's a really good read. Remember we said that the read would be good? Just look at bond yields. Bond yields are falling. They can move sideways. The only issue is the move index is up. A lot of bond volatility. Here comes the pullback. Here, now we can draw a trend. So we've already broken out of this trend. Let's go ahead and switch this up. See, we'll use this. It's pulling into the trend. Here we go. Reverse head and shoulders into a trend. We held here already. Wait, is this the, okay, yeah. There we go. So we already held. You don't get a trend until you get two touches, right? This isn't a touch. This is starting. This is the second touch. So this is the trend. So we're looking at the trend right here. Can it hold this side, right? That's what you're asking. Can it hold this trend? Tesla's daily. You want to see the Tesla daily chart? Yeah. Macro fundamentals, technicals, the yapping of viewers. Thank you. No, I appreciate that. That's what I need. Here's what Carbide said. Yeah, you're probably right. I always try to make like specific titles, but maybe I'll just do that. Macro fundamentals, technicals, opinions, and then just yapping, trying to debate people. We'll do that. I like that. I appreciate it. So yeah, this is what I got on the daily, bro. Basically, here, I'll pull this, take this back off. Basically, you have the, you know, we're breaking out of, well, I don't want to say we're breaking out, but like this is pretty much over, right? We've broken out of the big downtrend. So the momentum's to the upside. And this is the daily chart. The RSI got oversold twice. Nice buying pressure. I mean, nice spot to start buying. On the momentum for the upside. Obviously, it's like you want to see downside pressure heavy. We got that twice, and then you're looking for a technical spot to get long. And we do have a technical spot. We have the reverse head and shoulders here setting up. Maybe we get to the top of the trend, get rejected. That's a possibility for sure. But for the most part, hey, this is the time to, I mean, this was kind of your pattern. This was the reverse head and shoulders pattern. We gapped above it. Carbide said, I'm going to wait for 230. I was like, shoot, with CPI tomorrow, we might gap above it, but it is a smart thing to wait, right? We might come back into 230. I could come back into 230 tomorrow. You still have PPI, which leads inflation core. Yeah, this is the daily. If we throw on the simple moving averages, let's see if we get any momentum. Momentum still to the downside for the simple moving averages. Lost connection. What the hell are you talking about? If we go to the EMAs are starting to convert. Let's see what the EMAs are doing. The EMAs, this is the, what is this? The 20 EMA starting to turn up a little bit. So Tesla has a little bit of room, but I think it looks like it might fill the gap and then pull back and consolidate a little bit. It's starting to look a lot like it did back above the 50 and 200 EMA. It's starting to look a lot like it did. It's above the 200. Yeah, it's starting to look a lot like it did back here. If you guys remember, check this out. I was looking at this yesterday. Carbides, you remember this, right? You kind of had a cup and handle. You could say it's a reverse head and shoulders, right? It broke above this, just kind of like today, filled the gap. Look at, here's the gap. Literally fills this gap. This is what we're seeing today. We're seeing a gap up. Dude, what the hell is wrong with this trash? I don't know what's going on. So we fill the gap, we pull back, and then we start supporting the breakout, and then we move higher. And this looks like we're setting up just like this. And that's when we ran from at the lows 151, at the gap breakout, or at the reverse head and shoulders breakout 162. You're also breaking the downtrend too, right here. You're also breaking that downtrend. So this looks a lot similar to what we're seeing today. Who is this? Oh, oops. So going to today, let's see. This is how it might play out. Breaks out, fills the gap, maybe comes back, consolidates a little bit, and then, you know, we're going to be heading into this trend, and then maybe we get back above it. Tesla's crazy, it probably shoots back down, and then starts to break out of this trend, and then we go to the moon, heading for about, I think we head to back to the highs. If we get a strong sound, if we get a really good catalyst in Tesla, it's going to go to 400. I think it's going to go to 400 quick. I know that sounds very bullish, but dude, Tesla's a monster when it moves. I think the measured move is like 340. I think it's like 340 for the measured move. Now, I also want to check out the weekly moving averages. Let's see what those look like. Let's go ahead and remove some of these drawings. I got to start, let's see, where's the drawings removal? I got to start removing these drawings. Anyway, I thought I could just remove them. Those are the EMAs though. Let's go to the SMA. So we're above. Okay, so we're headed. We got rejected by the 100. Not too bad. You're getting the 50 weekly moving average starting to turn up. The 200's already up. Oh, you already bought yesterday? Okay, at 221. Okay, cool. Currently in a trade waiting for a small pump above current day open. Nice. These, you also want to see the quarterly moving averages. Let's see if I can, I don't know if it'll let me change the input. Oh yeah, it will. So this is going to be the 12. The 12, the 12, the 26, and the 40. These are the quarterly moving averages that actually reflect, I think it's the 42. 12, 26, 42. Is it 42? Let's just go 40. Maybe it's a 40. So these reflect the last 1, 2, and 3 quarters of price action. Tesla's probably going to get rejected here around 240. Looking at all the moving averages, it has some room to move. We might need some more catalysts. The Qs are up a lot. I'm still waiting for that pullback. Looks like a reverse head and shoulders on the Qs. Yeah, I don't know what happened on TikTok. Oh well. So yeah, that's what we're looking at here. And then the RSI for the weekly is, it looks like it's starting to break out here. Looks like we got some room for the weekly RSI. Let's go ahead and draw that up. Second wave momentum. Potential. I'm going to say potential. Second wave momentum potential. Let's see, where was that? Where did that comment go? Oh, okay, there we go. I'm gonna have to put this into consideration. All right, good. So yeah, that's what we're looking at. Let's go back to this chart. We pulled back into the trend, kind of broke. Now it's getting kind of messy. All right, well, I think that's it for the stream. I'll be back with the inflation report this afternoon. All right, I'll be back for the inflation. Stay tuned. I'll make a different stream. We'll keep it at 45 minutes, maybe an hour. We'll see how it plays out to make things a little more succinct. All right, appreciate you guys. If you're new, don't forget to sub. Don't forget to like. As always, stay blessed. I'll catch you guys next time.